All right. Well, you go ahead and keep talking. I'm passing this out, and I'm going to have it up on the website for y'all to look at further.
I haven't seen it.
For those that aren't here.
My daughter now says she wants to see it.
And the Twitter.
You mean be teachers back? You know.
Sure, that'd be great.
That's what Jen was
Head is like lamps. It's not hard to maintain the title license. And that property casualty, we have to have
They're never coming back.
24 hours.
Yeah,
Every
that's
2
the
years.
same thing here.
It's just can't wear a hole in the side now.
And I have to renew mine on even number years, so I'm good for 2015.
We didn't have a meeting last week though, right?
I didn't, no. We will, next week is not Thanksgiving, so, well, next week, and then the week after, is Thanksgiving, so. We won't that week, but I've been trying to make sure that I email y'all separately, so that you get them. I don't know if you're getting the emails, Charles, or not, but, and you, actually. But, good, okay. I might have forgotten the time before. I'm not perfect with that, but today there are just a couple things that I wanted to go over and then answer any questions I can for anybody. First, it's not too far. This is a little too large, and let me see if I can figure out how to minimize it. Me not being a PC person, I really need to learn some of this stuff here. Oh well, heck with it. It'll just be like that. So, one thing that I wanted to talk to you about today was how to determine if a lead that you get has come from the lead list, if you're on the lead list, and from the lead lottery, or whether it's come from your website portal if you have one of those. If you don't have a website portal, the way that you get one, and I'll explain what it is briefly here in a second, is this orange bar at the top of every page of ageatown.com is for things that are relevant for people in the business at Age and Own, like y'all. So if you want to order a website portal, you go there. It takes you to the form to order it. Also, there's a link above that form. We'll look at the link in a second. But in order to get the portal, you would fill in this form and then submit it. And then if you want to know more about what a portal is, basically, we called ours website portal before the MLS, the Flex MLS started referring to things as portals also. So I hope it's not crossing over and becoming confusing in that way. What I mean by a website portal is that if you get your own domain name and you have us set it up so that when someone goes to that domain name in the address bar, it will go to the profile page on ageandown.com, and they can use it just as they would ageandown.com. Whenever they register, whether it's that time that they're visiting or another time, even if they, when they come back, they use ageandown.com to come to the website rather than, say, RebeccaDantes.com. That person, because they went through your doorway, your portal first, is automatically tied to you and becomes your lead. So someone asked me yesterday, the day before, well, how can I tell if it comes from my portal, if a lead came from my portal, or if it is coming from the lead list, because I'm sending out some information with my website portal domain name on it, and I'm on the lead list. And I said, well, that's a pretty good question. So Let me see if I can show you how. So I'm going to log in. Always the best way to log in is from the orange part at the top. As an agent, you want to log in there. I'm going to log in. And my stuff, I get to see, I do see all of, just stop that, okay. I see all of the contacts and leads rather than, when y'all see them, it's just yours. If you have a situation where it is showing you everybody's leads, which occasionally that will happen, please let me know. That's happening less and less, but there's a little glitch that for some reason it will do that. And what needs to happen is that the cookies need to be, and the cache needs to be cleared from your browser so that it doesn't do that. And I know y'all would not go and take somebody else's lead, but that's what you just don't need. I mean, there's no reason for y'all to have to look through all this. Oh, that's very nice. There's some people that put some nice names in there. I'm scrolling down here to try to see if I can find one that.
That's a valid lead, sure.
No, well, now, don't make me do the lecture.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah, even if it were a valid lead, which, you know, that person will end up buying a house, unfortunately or fortunately, however you want to look at it. And they will end up using someone to buy a house, most likely, either one way or the other, either because the person's the listing agent or they're the selling agent. I don't know that they are going to be the nicest people in the world to work with, so, you know, I guess it's all about priorities, but I hate to take anybody off the list, but somebody's going to put a name that nasty is pretty darn yucky. Okay, so, I just clicked on this one. Let me go back so you know what I'm doing. In this lead list, and yours would be leads that are just yours. I picked this person just sort of out of the blue. And I don't know why, but Felicia Orr, and she's assigned to Susan Day. And that most likely is because of the lead list. Now the way the person got to agent own, got to agent own and to register is that you can see in this part, this section of the information on that lead, it says referring URL. That person went in there and typed agentown.com, and that's how they got there. So for whatever reason they did, and that would lead me to believe that it is a lead list lead, not from her portal. Obviously it wouldn't be from her portal because it would be referred from the other URL.
Can I ask you a quick question? I'm just not real familiar with the portal thing. What is the portal like? What does that do for an agent?
Well, after many years of trying to figure out the best way to get have websites for agents, and going through all sorts of different versions of it, I finally figured out that y'all need to be selling real estate. That's your primary task. And in order to keep a website up and to keep it informative and to keep it fresh and all of that takes so much time, and plus the learning curve involved, that for most people it makes more sense just to have an online business card, basically.
Through this website.
Yes, and that's what this portal does. What the portal does is, say you go to, well, you own a domain that is, let's say you go to GoDaddy and you buy a domain, and it should be your name. So Angie Foster, you're going by Foster, correct? Okay, so Angie Foster agentOwn.com, which you most likely will not be able to get. But you could buy AngieFosterHomes.com, most likely. You buy that from GoDaddy, and that will cost about $13 a year. And you should own that regardless forever. That's just part of being in real estate. You just should always own your own domain name, your own name, always. And you should have control over the GoDaddy account or whatever website you use to get it. Don't get it through another company. Don't have anyone have any other control over it than you. So you get that domain, let's say AngieFosterHomes.com, and then you fill in the form that I showed you a minute ago. Once you fill that in, I go in behind the scenes, do a couple little deals, and then when someone goes in and types in, now they're not going to type in AngieFosterHomes.com because you haven't gotten that. Well, but you would put it on your business card. You put it on all your printed material. Right now, if you look at your business card, it probably says www.agentownrealty.com. Okay, that's fine. But if somebody uses that to go search for property, what happens is they're searching for property. If they register, there's no way for that system to know that you have sent that person there. By sending them through your doorway, which would be AngieFoster.com, your portal, that connects you to them. So you don't want AgentOwnRealty.com on your business cards, on your mailouts. You want your portal name. And it doesn't matter even if you have other websites, other things going on, it's still, I think it may be good. I mean, I think it's still a good idea to have this just because things change all the time.
Does it go to like your?
What it does is it goes to your profile page. I'm getting ready to show you exactly where it goes. And I'm trying to think. I think Holly Patrick has one set up.
You can look up mine if you want.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, I will do that if this is not correct. Because this may not be the right domain name. So that's somebody at the bottom of her business. This is all scrunched up because he's got it too big, but anyway. So when somebody goes to the address bar, instead of typing in AgentOwnRealty.com, they typed in HollyPatrickHomes.com. What happens is it takes them to AgentOwn.com, but it takes them to her profile page, which she has put some pictures on there, some more info. You can dress it up even more. We're working on another layout, but we don't have that now, so don't even worry about that. Shouldn't even mention it. When it's here, it'll be here. But
and then if you do have your own thing, then you can, I think down there it says salty something, then you
salty,
can just,
yep.
if they click on that, then it would
Go to your website, sure. Yeah. And so she's got this, Salty Sea Dog Homes or something. Salty Sea Homes, which is kind of cute. So she's got that, and anybody can add that, and you can do it. But when they go to HollyPatrickHomes.com, she can have that at the bottom of her all marketing material that she would like. And she doesn't have to have another website to keep up, or she can. But your people can use the search. They can use all the other material that's available on AgentOwn.com, which is a tremendous amount of material. It's just like goes on and on and on. Now, I'll explain this in 1 second by Christy, but I mean, it's got buying versus renting, all this stuff that I'm continuously putting on there. And whenever they register, they're hooked to you. They don't go to the listing lottery pool. That's the big deal.
Which if you're showing out a marketing piece and it just has agent on, they can go to agent on and then they can go to some other money.
Right. When they register, it's going to go into the pool and it's going to be sent out to whoever. So that's why I did this. Now it's $10 to set it up. One-time fee, $10 setup, and $10 a month, and you can cancel at any time. AgentOwn's not making any profit on this. We had to pay $3,000 to get Mersal to build this system for us. So that's the $10 setup fee is to recoup that. And it is a collaboration between myself and Mersal as far as the idea. So we are the only people in Charleston that Mersal has that has this system. It's really, I think, extremely cool, but then I'm way too techie now for my own good. But anyway, it really is a neat way to do things, and it's not using cookies. I know you're pretty well versed in that kind of stuff. It doesn't use cookies to track people because of the mobile technology that's going on right now. It's using, and I should know the term for it, I don't. But it's using basically server-side cookies to track people.
Now, if folks know that I work for Agent because I've been here for about 15 years, they could register, if they wanted to register with me, they could go to Agent and register with me.
And the
We're
drop
just talking
down.
about people.
And the drop down.
Right.
But you have to trust that people are going to go to that effort.
Right.
And you know, the public, as we all do, the least amount of effort that they have to go through,
Well, I'm
the
talking
better
about
off for
on the
yourself.
client level.
Sure,
That's what I'm
sure. I mean, you know, if you know the person's going
Right.
to say, this is who I'm going to work with,
Right.
that's fine. But it also doesn't hurt, even for people like that. It just makes life easier for them. Whatever you want to do. It's all good.
I think we did this website portal, like you had a little class on it.
Mhm.
Apparently I didn't get it, so however you just explained it was very, very good.
There you go.
Thank you. I think it's a little bit like learning a second language. It's all of this is the more you hear it, the more you can understand it a little bit. I've been learning Spanish myself recently. My father's sick of hearing about it. I talk about it every night, but I'm very proud of myself for it. But it is very much like learning a second language. And now this isn't how it's laid out when it's not squished in, but this is squished in. Now, I don't want to confuse anyone. So, maybe I shall not explain that.
You had the girl on the side. how did she
You
get
do
on
want me
there?
to explain
Yeah.
it. Okay. All right.
How much
I've
did
lost.
you-
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Back up. I did this for. I did this as an example only. Okay. Just to show y'all what happens. I've logged in as myself, and so I assigned Christy just randomly to me so that y'all can see that when someone that you have logs in and they're assigned to you, your picture and all your contact information is going to be on every page they go to, every page of the whole site. So they can't get away from you. You're going to be everywhere. So imagine whoever. If,
You know what would be a really good idea is if to do an incentive to have people do this is to every month or every week pick a person that goes on the main website on the corner like that, and that way they can click on it.
Well, now, no one sees this except if they're logged in.
But to make everybody see it, and you're just on the normal website as a this is-
Man, you want to hear that? Shoot. If you want to deal with that, I think that is a great idea, actually, Angie. But I can't do that just because people would not be happy with me. And life is too short for that. That's not a good answer, but you know what I mean. I mean, it's hard to be fair to everyone, especially in that kind of situation. So I can mix up Christy's strip, but nobody sees this unless I'm logged in. So I will. Next week, it will be one of y'all. Or even, I could make it one of y'all now.
Well, I meant for like the public, like you know.
I know, but I can promise you, especially if people are using this as a portal, you're using it as a portal, and you're sending your person there, and then they got Sherry's picture up on the top, you're going to be saying to me, Lisa, this isn't cool. Why are you doing
I mean,
it?
if they're just going to trueagentall.com, you know.
Well, but There isn't a difference. I know it's hard to. The only difference is that it's a doorway. That portal is a doorway. It is the exact same website. It's just a way to get into it. And the way you get into it is the way that they match you with the person that used your door to get to the site. And then after that, it's the exact same website. So, if I go back to the lead list, this is actually looks like a pretty decent lead. And, oh, I'm sorry, I was looking at that a minute ago. So they're looking at houses for sale in the 240 range. And just now, since I'm looking at it, let's see if she hasn't changed it from default.
Send it to me.
Wait a minute. Today is what? Today is Thursday. What? Susan Day. Hello.
I gotta tell you, I just went on and I just saw that I had not been notified.
Okay.
One that I got the
Now,
day before yesterday.
let me tell you. Let me address that. I don't mean to laugh. It's just what I do. It's kind of a nervous laughter sometimes. Most often, it's because I think of things that are kind of silly that other people don't find nearly as humorous, but that's okay. Anyway, that is not humorous when you don't get notified. But it's not that you didn't get notified. I know. Well, I don't know for 100%, but the system notifies you when you get a lead. Now, there's a lot of different pieces that can happen that can derail that between that notification from the system to you getting it in your email. It can go to spam. It can go to nowhere land.
Well, I didn't have a problem with that for forever until recently.
Okay, I mean if it's well, if it's happening, it does. And they go to nowhere land, literally. And it drives me crazy because it's like, how can they simply disappear? But they do. And it's not just Mersal system emails. I'm talking about emails in general. Sometimes emails just disappear. It's a fact of life. And it's bizarre. And that's just the way it is. So, that is one of the main reasons why I say that I want you to, within 24 hours, change the lead from default to anything else. That means to me that you have logged in and that you have seen all your leads. That's the way for me to help you catch any that may have fallen through the cracks, disappeared, gone to spam, anything else. Does that make sense, Charles?
Yes.
Okay. Because otherwise I cannot guarantee, there's just nothing that's out of my hands. So I'm not going to, the emails.
I'm just real conscientious about.
I know you are.
So.
I know you are, but that's why it's so important that you check every day because they do. They just literally, even if you check your spam every day, they literally disappear like ghosts. Or poltergeist or other things. Okay, so I'm glancing at something here really fast. Okay, so we looked here and we know that she got this from the lead list, that this is going to be reassigned because she hasn't done anything with it, and nobody vie for it right now because I'll do that after class. Okay, so let me see if I can't find one that looks like it may be coming. Now, not that many people have portals yet, so it may be more difficult to find one from a portal. In fact, I may not be able to. I didn't mean to do that. But I will just do one here. I know that she doesn't have one. He does, so we can see. All right. So this is from Ryan White. Oh no, I think he does have a portal. So he's marked it a buyer, and that was last week. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so now you see all of this.
They went to Google.
Exactly. But if you look in here enough, you can sort of, or sometimes you can decode a little bit of what either they were looking for when they went to Google to get there, or how they got there. So let's see. If they went to google.com and then they asked Google, they did a Google search. Well, actually, if you really want to know, you can always copy. Oops, sorry. Copy. Open another thing. And paste. And see what that search is. Nope. Okay. So, that didn't tell us anything. But it could have. It was worth a shot. Depends on how much time you have on your hands. Okay, so we can look at here and say, alright, Google, source, HTTP, agent owned. So why did they just put agent owned in the Google thing rather than typing it in the address bar, which is, alright.
I do that. I go to Google and instead of typing the address, I do that like 90% of the time. I don't know why.
I think a lot of people do that also. That's very strange. Hold on one second. I'm finding something that, oh, maybe I clicked on the wrong thing. Oh, I did.
You may have
Okay.
gone over the story,
Shoo!
but you were supposed to put in like instead of just
No,
buyers,
I thought, oh, yes. But there are certain people like, such as Neil Schneider,
it does not. Yeah.
that I have come a long way to get him to do that. So, it's okay. I would much prefer him to put Mount P buyer, but if he will change it to anything, I know that means he knows he has it. That means it hasn't slipped through the cracks. That means it hasn't gotten lost in email. And that's the most important thing. Let me look at Ryan's. That's the one I intended to look at. So Ryan, no, they just went straight to agent owned also. So in this, where you see the referring URL, when they're coming in through a portal, instead of saying agentowned.com, it's going to say something like http:// and then a long string of numbers and letters, which you don't even need to know why or what. But if it's just a long string of it without any words in it at all, then that means it's from your portal. Does that make sense? Okay, can I move on from that? Okay, all right. And again, I wanted to also remind people that if you send me by email either 2 paragraphs or 3 paragraphs, no more than 3, no less than 2 paragraphs that has something to do with real estate, with at least 1 original picture. That means you took it or you own it. It does not mean that you got it from Google image search, which you can get in very big trouble for putting those on your website. If you send that to me by email, then you will get 1 extra lead per round. I will put it on the site in some fashion, either as a page or a post. That's the only way you can get more leads than other people. And the reasoning behind that is that we are an organic-based site, which is long-tail keywords. I'm going to start speaking Greek or Spanish or whatever, but I'm not going to even explain it. But it's organic-based site with a long-tail keyword strategy. And so the more of that kind of fresh content we have, the more leads we have. So the more leads we have, it only makes sense since you're supplying it that you get more leads. Right? Right. Good. I'm glad you all agree. Susan, unfortunately for you, you just lost a lead.
We just told her.
And I shouldn't even joke with her about that because she would not be happy.
What did I lose now?
I don't know that I want to go into that right now, but
Yeah,
you might want to log in and see. Okay,
I was
so,
just in there last night and there was nothing on that list. Nothing, because I called people that were on that list last night and there was not one
don't
new lead. Happens sometimes I get it in my email, but I don't get it on that paper. Or did you do that
On
already?
what
We
paper?
already did that.
On that.
Yeah, sometimes I have them all in.
Can I ask a question, Lisa?
Of course you may.
You were talking really quick about the blogging or
Mhm.
the thing. Have you had, or is there, because I love the videos that you guys have on site, is there one that talks about WordPress or blogging, or is there any plans to have a class on that? 'Cause I would
Well,
like to-
man, I have a passion for that, as you know. I love WordPress. I love blogging. I mean, that is a whole. It's definitely more than one class. I certainly would be happy to talk to people about it. I don't have any plans. I'm trying to think if we have anything on the site. We do. I think we do have some on the site about it. What I'll do is I'll find the links and I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Because
I don't know if anyone else has interest in that or not.
right,
So-
yeah, a lot of people, it's very, they find it to be time consuming, so they don't really want to do it. And I would prefer you to be out selling real estate unless you just really feel comfortable doing it. So, I handed out this, which I'll have on the website. This is just a little reminder of the farming ideal. And if you don't understand Twitter, you can take out the last two pieces of the pie. But I think if you use that farming an area, there's no way that you cannot get more listings. That's just a little aside. And really, that's all I have for the day. And Susan, I didn't mean to cut you off. I don't want to make you upset. Okay. I'll talk to you. You'll be okay. Well, I'm fine. Okay, I'm turning this off. Y'all can ask me whatever.
Did you guys go through the, did I miss the, where you said, when you do the MLS